There are really three big myths about Ronald Reagan's presidency. Number one is that he's often portrayed as one of the most popular American presidents of all time, or certainly one of the most popular modern American presidents. However, at the time he was in the White House, that wasn't really the case. His approval rating was pretty much average during the course of his presidency. In fact, his approval rating was a lot lower than some presidents like Franklin Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy. The second one is that the idea that by cutting income taxes so sharply his first year in office, that's what caused the big economic turnaround in the 1980s. Again, what the tax cut really accomplished was kind of a major redistribution of wealth because it allowed wealthy people to keep more of their earnings, but that didn't really improve the overall economy. The third myth, quickly, is the idea that his military buildup was responsible for ending the Cold War. Again, the evidence for that just isn't there. Ever since the 1990s, in a period of time in which the conservative movement in this country was kind of at a low ebb and was trying to look for a way to kind of rebrand the conservative movement in this country, they seized on Ronald Reagan as a way to convince the bulk of the American public that conservatism was the way to go. There's always going to be a place in American life for glorifying some of our past presidents. What was different about Ronald Reagan was, well, first of all, for one thing, he was still alive in the 1990s. As most people remember, he was incapacitated by Alzheimer's disease and unable to speak or appear in public. Because of his medical condition, he was understandably somebody that people in the public were not going to criticize that much. And the Reagan boosters, I think, were able to seize on his condition to a certain extent, to take advantage of that. Even Barack Obama and his White House, could fall prey to the Reagan myth. He cited Reagan a number of times during his campaign, stirred up some controversy by saying that Reagan was a role model for him in some ways. And I think it's important to look at how, and if, there are certain aspects of Reagan and his ability to communicate to the American people that are probably worth emulating, but in terms of emulating his policies, America will definitely be the worse off if that's the route we're going to go for another 4 years with a Democrat in the White House.